Hi, I'm Gary Rowett, and you're listening to the world famous Achtung Millwall.
Hello, dear listeners. Welcome to the press box. Yes, you heard it right, the press box. I'm here with Aaron Paul, who's doing his work at the moment. Join us on a cool afternoon, New Year's afternoon. Welcome to 2023 for the visit of Rotherham United to the Den. Today's team news for your Lions, dear listeners. Return of Mark Milkowski in goal, back line of Murray Wallace, Jay Cooper, Sean Hutchison, Danny Mack. Changes in midfield, Billy Mitch, and surprisingly for me, unless he's tired or injured, carrying on, Savills drops for George Honeyman. The attacking three sees Callum Stiles in place of Tyler Bury, Fleming and Vogelsam alongside him in that three, with Tom Bradshaw up front. On the back, of course, of a very dreary, drab 0-0 draw last Thursday night. This is the third league fixture in 7 days for Millwall. Pace is high, but the stakes are high, listeners. We are still placed in 9th position. Big shout out to Joe Zampa of That Millwall podcast, who very, very optimistically posted if other results go our way this afternoon and we win, we could jump from 9th to 3rd position. Joe, I love your optimism, mate. I want a pint of whatever you're drinking there, mate. But yes, this is a game for me more about the result than the performance. I bet it is to you too, dear listeners. By the time you get to hear this show, then you will know what the result was. I just want to win. 1-0 will do. Rotherham apparently come carrying a fairly large injury crisis, so I'm not going to tempt the gods of football by saying that it should be a Millwall win. But anyway, that's what we're looking for this afternoon. Fascinating. I found it fascinating. Results table, a spreadsheet someone posted online earlier on. It showed the 2022, the whole year, overall results table. So it included the back end of last season, front end of this season. Like a league table of all the teams that played in the Championship. And we all sit third in that table, behind Luton and Sheffield United top. So that's quite a strange thing. It's quite a strange truth.
This will begin and end on the referee's whistle.
Nicely done as ever by Millwall. Jules Cohen and Pele there. A minute's applause for Jules Cohen, one of the 1966 World Cup winners. One of the last of a dying breed, unfortunately, of that side. And of course Pele, the greatest player in my lifetime. I know that others are contenders. Maradona, of course, nowadays Lionel Messi, and debatably Cristiano Ronaldo, but I don't think you can really get past Pele for me, dear listeners. Even though I was slightly too young to watch the 1970 World Cup live, I've seen the footage like you have many times, and I've read the books and I've read the tributes. George Cohen, I never really saw or knew George Cohen. I didn't get to see anything of the 1966 World Cup. I'm way too young for that. But a member of the only English side ever to win the World Championship. So RIP to them both. It's going to be Millwall kicking us off. We're going to be attacking the away ends. Ian Fleming will get matches underway as soon as the knee booing stops. In accordance, of course, with the Venerable Bede's dictums in the Anglo-Saxon Chronicle. Early break on the left for Tom Bradshaw. He dinks it into the middle. It's headed clear at the last by Rotherham, wearing white shirts and black shorts this afternoon. Mill, of course, in dark blue and white. This is Billy Mitch now on the right side. We'll be looking to start the game off with a little bit more energy than was apparent at times. I thought we looked very tired. I've said a couple of times on Thursday night, it's a lovely ball by Callum Stiles. I wasn't overly struck with him on Thursday on his cameo appearance late in the second half, but both Neil and Harry, when I did a little chat show afterwards, were very impressed by him. So it's a game of opinions, show of opinions, dear listeners. This is going to be a long throw. It's coming up to the first minute for Zian Fleming going to be into the Rotherham penalty area, danger zone. 1 minute on the clock. It's kind of high and coming downwards. Zian's throws they loop upwards. They certainly get a distance. Little ball back in from Zian there. I thought it was quiet again. Another player quiet Thursday night. This is Billy Mitch. Been certainly a contender for our player of the season. Will he have a go? He's chipped it in. There's far post. There's Murray Wallace. Sean Hutchinson onto the roof of the net there. First chance for Millwall. 1.5 minutes in. 3 minutes. Free kick on the right side from Millwall. It's going to be Styles that will take it. Very similar looking player to George Honeyman, Styles. Very close, almost like separated at birth types. Anyway, here comes the right-sided. There's 1-0. Flick header from Tom Bradshaw. Lions lead it 1-0. 3 minutes in. Basic cross from the right side from that free kick. Not quite in near post by Tom Bradshaw, but certainly on the 6-yard box. Flick header. 1 goal for the Lions. 1-0. Watch it again on the big screen, listeners. In he comes the cross, right, so pretty basic stuff, and Tom Bradshaw wins a header. For a small man, he wins a lot of headers, does he not? That voice you hear is Aaron Paul. Welcome to the show, Aaron.
Oh, hello. Happy New Year, everyone.
Absolutely. He's working this afternoon, so we don't have little glimpses of Aaron during the course of the afternoon's podcast, but that's a good start, mate.
Free header for Tom Bradshaw. He's got to be scoring them. It's meat and drink, as some people call it. I mean, very, very easy. Good ball into the box. But look, this is a Rotherham side, 1 win in their last 11. They are on the slide very, very firmly.
We've got to dispatch these, Aaron.
Absolutely. This is 2023 should be a year of consistency.
Dispatching weaker sides. Always been our downfall at the Den.
You've got Harry Simmy with you next year, BBC London reporter.
Harry Simmy, welcome to AchtungMillwallachtungmillwall, Harry.
How you doing?
That was a good goal, nicely taken.
Yeah, brilliant ball in, good ball into a good area, good header at the near post. I've watched Tom Bradshaw the last couple of games. I think he's been superb, so he deserves that goal because he works tirelessly. He doesn't always get the reward.
Nice stuff.
It's lovely to see Bart keep goal again. I'm a big fan.
It is. Yeah, me too. Join the fan club. There's a break force. It's Tom Bradshaw just couldn't bundle his way through there. This Rotherham defence looks as a 6s and 7s.
It's made of Swiss cheese. There's holes everywhere on it. Genuinely.
But no, great to see Bart back. I didn't really endorse his dropping. That's going to be offside for Bogey.
There's something. It gives you confidence when he's at the back. He is an experienced figure. And he's a great shot stopper.
He is. What do you want goalkeepers for?
Absolutely, he does his job.
Let's put a nice settled feeling around the Den, listeners. It's a decent crowd. I mean, I don't know about you, this is New Year's Day. I had a bit of a late night last night. I wasn't off my nuts, but certainly I got up late. I got up about 10 o'clock, which is very unusual for me. So half the day's gone before you know it, and then you're looking at coming down Millwall. But I think there's quite a few. 1 or 2 wonderful photos. I'm talking to you, Steve Evans, of hungover Millwall fans after a night's celebration making it down the Den. This is the kind of dedication of the Lions support, listeners.
Good to see the Avery troop out. We've seen Michael,
the Averys and Mr. Avery.
Mr. Avery and daughter Avery. We don't actually know what Michael's called, but
no.
Daughter Avery is there. Mr. Avery was there. Good to see him back up on his feet.
No, he's not been very well late, so good to see him.
What a legend of the game he is. Avery Senior, Mr. Avery. We don't actually know his name. I don't really want to know his name either.
No, it's better off as like Prince. It's Mr. Avery. Pele, Prince.
What a guy.
I tell you what, listeners, I could get used to this press box business. No bird shit, nice shelf to lean on, power for your devices. Catering. It's lovely. Catering.
Is that what you call it?
Well, I didn't sample the shepherd's pie out there. I didn't sample it.
The gravy had the consistency of... Have you ever drained a radiator?
Tom Bradshaw on the right side in towards Zian Fleming, header on target. Nice work. Lions looking good so far. Some might say that Rotherham are not looking too great, but then we can only beat what's sent out in front of you. 1-0 at the moment. That was a chance there for Zian Fleming. Header just on the penalty spot, taken easily enough, simply enough by the goalkeeper. Rotherham so far, let's come to 19 minutes. Rotherham haven't threatened at all going forwards. I think as Aaron said, I think I do want to see Millwall press forwards and get more goals. They're there ripe for the taking. Lovely pass there to Honeyman. They're not closing down space. They're passing the ball around like the great Dutch side of 1974 with style and verve. Zian just dispossessed there, as I was starting to praise Mill's start after and concedes a free kick. But I think the goal difference could do with a boost, and this is an ideal opportunity. So at the moment, 1-0. You certainly want to get more on the score sheet, put Rotherham out of sight, and then maybe start to think about the old goals plus channel. With no way on earth, absolutely no way on earth, 20 minutes in, should we be conceding anything to this Rotherham side, listeners. I've gone out on limb saying that.
Tell you what, nice to see the big queue at the club shop. I mean, gone are the days of us taking the piss out of it, because it's actually doing a bit of trade.
They've got some nice stuff in there as well. You were looking at some gear in there, weren't you?
Well, there is a bag. If you're one of these people who loves a bargain like I do,
you do love a bargain.
There is a Hummel.
Aaron does love a bargain.
I do love it. Well, I mean, who doesn't?
Who doesn't?
There is a Hummel backpack.
Yeah.
Which on the Hummel website is £70, but with the Millwall discount, it's 21 quid here.
It's not bad, is it?
Well, 20. That's over half off.
That's in the club shop right now.
In the club shop, available now. But if you're going to go and buy one, save me one, because I haven't had a chance to get mine yet. And I do hope to get one. So, yeah.
But generally speaking, the range of stuff in there's been pretty good. I don't know whether the Hummel deal how long it's for, but certainly the stuff generally looks pretty good quality in there.
Who's your favourite kit manufacturer of
all time from Millwall?
Is it Buckter? Oh,
there's a ball into the near post there. It's into the side netting, but Lonsdale was a bit crappy, wasn't it? Buckter. We had a 90s classic, which was white sleeves with like a royal blue centre. That's Captain Morgan. That's probably be the one I would go for.
Would you like to see one of the big boys here, i.e. an Adidas, a Nike, a Puma, something like that?
I suppose. Well, the thing is with Millwall, we don't really sell enough shirts to make their deals worthwhile. Although I'd say yes to that. I mean, it'd be great. I've never seen a big. The biggest one, I suppose, was Buckter, or maybe Hummel now. I suppose that's the biggest name. Macron is, yeah. Ball in from the right side. That's towards the end. Fleming falls to Style. Oh, great shot. Lovely volley. There. Oh, it's put over from close on the rebound by Tom Bradshaw. How did he miss?
Tom Bradshaw, you need to be sticking.
How did he miss? Wow. Great volley. Let's watch the replay again. This is a cross from the right side. I think that's Honeyman.
Good attacking football, though.
Yeah. And it's caught by Styles really nicely. Goalkeeper bats it away and it's crossed back in, and Bradshaw should have done better. Got to do better than that, Tom Bradshaw. I know you've got one on your account already, but we've been saying we need more goals. It's not impossible that Rotherham could nick a goal at some stage. We haven't shown much sign of it so far. 25 minutes in, but you want to be out of sight. Put it to rest.
Just going back to our sportswear chat. The big plus about an Adidas is that the retros they will make for this club will be unbelievable. Because obviously, look, the club have had some real iconic kits, haven't they?
Over the years, yeah, one
clobber.
Yeah.
And I think this is the part of London which you will appreciate.
Oh, long ball. This is taken by Zian Fleming in his stride. That's going to go for the right side of the corner. Beautiful take there by Zian to get something out of that. I thought it was slightly long there, but it's going to run on the right side of the corner. Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, we've never really been a huge kit-selling club, so whether that holds that deal back, I don't know. But
the old school stuff would be great. Puma would be good.
Yeah.
Do some nice stuff. Yeah, one of the big boys. Umbro would do very well,
Umbro would. Admiral from the 70s. That's strikingly.
Admiral, yeah. They made some good kits in Wimbledon.
Yeah, we never had Admiral. We had Buckter over back in the 70s.
See a young couple off to the concession stand.
Really?
Day for romance, I reckon, here.
We had that debate on the group chat. When's the appropriate moment to bring your woman to the den?
And what part of your courtship?
I thought it can't be a cold day, really. If you're going to do it, it needs to be a nice moderate day.
Conditions on. It's not that cold.
Not that cold. It can be for if you're not. Depends if she's got any basic interest in the game. If she does, then no, this is a great day for it. But any kind of hint of coldness and you're going to get bored, then you've got a lethal wicked combo on your hands, listeners. You know what I'm talking about.
They should put together maybe a date night package. A date night package at, the kiosk.
Are you listening to this, Billy Taylor? Get on it.
At the kiosk, a date night package.
Are you here for the first time with your romantic partner?
Steak,
of either sex.
Steak and kidney pie cut into the shape of
it's
a heart.
2023. We don't get hung up on all that, who's who business. Hoof clear by the white shirt, listeners.
Let's be fair, Uncle Nick. There's only one romancer in Bermondsey, and we know who it is. It's you.
Too expensive for me, mate. Those days are long gone.
You've got many a fan round there. Many a lady.
Ball into the box, there's taken off the foot whilst Aaron waffles on with his.
And I'm sure a man as well.
Stuff and nonsense.
I'm sure a man as well. I'm sure there are a few men who are secretly thinking, yeah.
Where's this going, this conversation?
We're talking about courting, aren't we?
Scott Malone with that Guido Fawkes moustache and little dot of a chin.
When did you start growing a beard? When did you keep one? Were you always clean shaven?
No, well, when I was younger. What question to ask? I'd have to think. In the 80s. In comes the right-sided corner. This is the kind of content you weren't expecting on Achtung Millwall, listeners.
It's better than the matey doing the party tricks for the kids, isn't it?
It is. Oh, mate. I think he was wired. I think he was psyched, that guy, the other night. He was on something. They've looked very limited. 32 minutes. They've not even had a chance. They've not even got the ball into the penalty area, I don't think.
Matt Taylor has come in, former Exeter boss, and replaced Paul Ward. That's always going to be a hard job. Paul Ward was a great manager.
Yeah, he did a job with him, didn't he?
He did a great job. Really, really good job from Taylor's come in, and the jury's very much out.
They're carrying a lot of injuries, apparently. Millwall passing the ball. I mean, not being challenged. I would say that to you, listeners. There's not an awful lot of challenge from this Rotherham side. They're basically getting behind the ball and sitting there. So Millwall are getting plenty of opportunities to pass the ball around in triangles across the middle of the Rotherham half.
Death by passing at the moment, isn't it?
It's not getting anywhere though, Aaron, is it?
That's but this is what it's about, controlling the opponent, squeezing them like a boa constrictor.
This is Murray. Talking to boa constrictors on the left side. Can he get across? He can. Oh, that's a free chance for Jules Honeyman. The goalkeeper does well to block it, actually. I thought he was offside, but he wasn't offside. Right-sided corner.
Good timing of the run for Honeyman. Really good timing.
Yeah.
To be there at the right time. Well done.
Mill got to be looking for a second goal before half-time. 36 and a half minutes. In it comes. Right to left. There's Hutchinson. There's almost a back heel by Vogelsammer. Gone for another corner, right-sided corner.
Off of Vogelsammer, what a save from the keeper.
Yeah,
like
he's actually doing well, that goalkeeper.
That was a great save.
Yeah. Rare Rotherham attack. That ball skids across the Mill penalty area. This is a 17 on the left side. Ball back into the middle. 27 out of... Not quite a free header, a challenged header, but he had a good opportunity there, close to Mill goal. Ball gets down well. 38 minutes, that's Rotherham's first foray forwards at all. That just shows Millwall that we've got to start taking these chances, because it's only going to take one of those, listeners. It sound like the voice of doom, but one of those chances, and that could have been one each. I've just worked out the 17 for Rotherham is Shane Ferguson, ex-Millwall stalwart, of course. So just looking through their team sheet on the ball in from the right side, caught on a volley by Vogelsam, that's bobbled well wide. Big welcome back to number 17, Shane Ferguson for Rotherham. A little dink through there by the 14. Connor Washington, he's a name. Who's Connor Washington play for? He was a player who's done the rounds a bit.
Played for QPR, didn't he?
14 out there. He's a big boy. Looks like he's carrying a bit around the middle, but certainly nearly dinked it through there. Styles getting harassed in midfield there. He breaks through. He should be able to feed Vogelsam on the left. 43rd minute, ball across the middle. Offside. A marginal decision there, but anyway, I'm not in a position to judge. There goes the battleship Lurch down there. Aaron, look. HMS Lurch.
The
ball for the middle. This is Washington. This will be a travesty if they say, oh, he's missed it. How did he miss that? released in front of goal. He's rounded Bart Bielkowski's taking it wide right. The open goal.
That's the sign of a
Oh,
strike.
mate, that should have been 1-all. And
I think he was distracted by Lurch.
that should be a wake-up lesson for Millwall. We've not done well enough going forwards. We had so much possession. We've wasted chances, and that could have been 1-each. Should have been.
Gary Rowett's telling him to wake up.
Yeah.
Wake up. You know, it's all well and good having this position in the final, the possession in the final third, but sort your shit out.
Absolute screamer of a chance there. 44 minutes. Rotherham just pressing forward in the last few minutes. This is the 14 now on the left side. Totally against the bulk of the play of the first half. If we go in...
A minimum of 1 minute time allowed. 1 minute time allowed.
Be a travesty if they do get an equaliser, listeners, because we've had so much possession and so many chances. But that's what happens if you don't take them. There's a half-time whistle. Lions lead it somewhat fortuitously, given that late chance that should have been scored by Rotherham. As it is, we've been pretty good value for the bulk of the half, but we've got to start taking these chances, listeners. There it is, half-time. Millwall 1, Rotherham 0. And a classic for you, a bit of T-Rex, Mark Bolan. Right, a wide swan.
Achtung, Millwall.
We're joined by Michael Avery on the show. That was a screamer of a chance there, Michael, late, wasn't it?
I literally just said, Nick, before you press record, we laugh and joke, and it was quite the funny miss and one of those highlight reel ones, but that's a big wake-up call for our side.
Absolutely. Amount of possession, chances. We should be 2 or 3 ahead here.
Easily 3. I mean, Honeyman done well to beat the offside trap. I know he's at a slight angle and it's slightly narrow, but you can't miss anything from 2 yards out, really. Stiles was unlucky with a volley, but yeah, it's 2-3-0 easy should have been. And this is what I said before the game, dear listener. Real good top 6 sides would be 2-3-0 up against this lot, in my opinion.
Now, I also understand we're in the presence of a player who's been promoted this season. We've got an interview there. Was it Lennon?
Lennon, yeah.
Lennon Avery, well done.
Thank you.
Yeah. What's your team? What's your team name?
Slade Green Knights under 8.
Slade Green.
Slade Green Knights under 8s.
And they got promoted this season. Well done, Lennon.
So thank you again.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There we are. You'll be on the show. That was a screamer of a chance, Harry, there, wasn't it? Blimey, mate.
Yeah, you're talking about the chance.
Yeah, late.
Yeah, it was a great opportunity for Connor Washington. He gets around the goalkeeper and you think he's done the hard bit, but blazes over the top of the crossbar, just lost his cool. Millwall have had chances though, and probably will be disappointed. They're not 2 goals to the good, but when you have a moment like that, it's just a reminder that you do need the goal to kill off the game.
A big wow moment, absolutely, yeah. I thought we've been playing quite well overall, but we've got to take these chances.
Absolutely, I think Millwall have been in control from the off. The early goal obviously helped, and it kind of set the tempo and the pace of the game and how the game was going to go, the pattern of the game, I should say.
Yeah.
But yeah, Millwall moving the ball a lot better than they did the other night against Bristol. You can see that the quality Gary Rowett mentioned was missing is on show.
It's better now, absolutely. Nice one. Lions are out early for the second half, dear listeners. I would imagine with a Gary Rowett flea in their ear about taking chances and making possession count. We were just saying in the half-time break to Aaron, this result will put us up the table. It depends how other results go, of course. But we don't feel like a top 4 or 5 side. It feels like we're slightly wing and praying it at the moment. All to the good, I'm not going to say no to it, of course, but we do need to start to look more dangerous in front of goal. I can only hope and pray that the January transfer window is a rewarding one for us and we get someone in, signing or loan or something, to start to take these chances. We've created a good few chances against a poor-looking Rotherham side. But they did have that wonderful opportunity at the end of the half there, and they will maybe get another one before the game is out. So we do need to start to put this game to bed, dear listeners. Just waiting for the second half to kick off. We were attacking the cold blow in accordance with the dictums as written down by the Venerable Bede in the 9th century Jarrow Monastery. Away we go. Darkness descends on the den, dear listeners. The days are getting longer, bit by bit. We're certainly at the moment, been for the next month or so, it'll get dark from about 4 o'clock onwards. Floodlights in full blaze. Canary wolf twinkling above the docker stand. Early challenger for Zian Fleming. Mill trying to force an error. It's going to be a throw-in for the Lions. 46 minutes in. Rotherham pressing forwards. This is a 22. Awful shot. That will go for a throw-in. How about that for a wild shot? Didn't even hit the corner flag. It's gone for a throw-in.
Anyone who's bet on this game or Rotherham to get a few shots on target, might as well chuck your money in the river.
I think you might as well have done. Or a bit of satire here. Baby paid it for a memorial plaque. Hey. 47 minutes. Update from the memorial plaque. The club have put a statement on the official website. I'm looking at trying to get my refund done through First Direct. That's a long cross leftwards. That's Zian Fleming, headed down quite harmlessly, but put behind by the Rotherham defender under no pressure. 47 minutes, left-sided corner. Yeah, I'll keep people abreast of it on Twitter. I've had an online chat with my First Direct chat bot yesterday, and we're going to call them to see if there's a chance of getting the card refund. I paid with a debit card for a memorial plaque, just to explain. I'm presuming a lot of knowledge here. Paid for a memorial plaque with a company that seemed to be not fulfilling their obligations. So I'm going to see if I can get my money back. Maybe others might keep people informed as to how that works out. Maybe others will do the same. I don't know. Bit of a shocking situation, to be honest, given what the memorial plaque. This is a plaque that we've ordered for our legendary manager back in the Victorian era of Bob Hunter. We wanted to put up one of our wall memorial plaque, but anyway, it's not working out so easily at the moment. Watch this space. Listen to this space. Here goes Styles now on the right side into Honeyman. He gets chopped. That's going to be a free kick from Millwall. 22 takes Honeyman on a cut inside there. 55.5 minutes. There should be a chance for Zian Fleming to have a go. Zian is indeed lining up to take it, listeners, from Amsterdam.
5 in 5 for him.
Yeah, he's a dangerous boy with a dead ball. Comes from Amsterdam. Don't like West Ham.
Is it confirmed he's from Amsterdam?
I don't even know if he has strong views about West Ham, to be honest, but he was playing for Sittard, didn't he? Fortuna Sittard. Placing the ball very, very carefully. Like Rembrandt would have placed his paint brushes and his paint tray. What is that called, a paint tray?
What?
His easel. Rembrandt would have placed his easel with care and attention, like Zian.
He was actually born in Amsterdam as well.
Here we go. Takes a deflection, that's gone for a corner. 56 minutes. Tries to ball into the mix, it falls to Styles, catches it on the volley again, that's going to go for a left-sided corner. Styles to take on the left. In comes the corner. It's a deep one, there's Jake Cooper, it's bounding around, it's bouncing in front of goal. And a melee, call for a penalty, not given. Cleared.
Great save by the kid.
Yeah, he's done well.
Flying header by Jake Cooper, firstly. What a header that was.
Yeah.
But then the keeper, quick reactions. He's a good goalkeeper.
He's done very well, that goalkeeper. Mill spreading play nicely. This is good to see. Second half, a bit more like it. Murray Wallace on the left now from Styles there. Billy Mitchell now. It's in front of the D. Honeyman. Cuts inside. Will he have a go? He will. It's curled with not enough power, but it was on target. Nicely done. 59 minutes. Mill starting to play with a little bit more verve. A little bit of movement. I started to sound like Harold Shand in the Long Good Friday there. A little bit of movement, a little bit of class, a little bit of swagger. Something a bit more than a hot dog.
Did you ever go up the old Millwall where Rotherham used to play?
I did, yeah, I've been there, yeah.
Bit of a dive on it.
Still there apparently. I think they use it as a reserve ground, I think.
No, there was beef with the old owner or something like that, or owner of the ground, wasn't there?
Yeah, it was a small ground, a nice enough ground, you know.
Because they played at the Don Valley Athletic Stadium while the ground was being...
I've been to the New York Stadium as well. It's nice.
It's tidy.
Yeah. So yeah, I've been to both Rotherham grounds.
Well,
which is a weird thing to say, listeners, isn't it? But yes, I have.
not really.
I've been to Eastville, Bristol Rovers' grounds in this
Yeah,
time.
I never went there. I've been to the Mem.
The Memorial. I didn't go there.
The Mem is like a hodgepodge of like tents and stuff. It looks like a Bedouin camping places.
There's Ian Fleming, a little bit of ball juggling, ball high, and it finds Tom Bradshaw. That's deflected into the net. That's 2-0. A lovely little ball juggling. Bradshaw gets a bit lucky, a bit fortunate. He'll claim it. I think it was an own goal really, but it's gone into the net by hook or by crook. Come on, you Lions. 2-0 Millwall. 65 minutes, dear listeners. A bit more comfortable now, Harry, with that 2-goal lead.
Yeah, huge goal, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Lovely looping ball up towards Bradshaw. The way he took it out of the air was superb. He's done that a few times in the last few weeks when I've watched him. The way he's brought the ball down out of the air has been superb. He struck towards goal, got a huge slice of fortune with the deflection, but I think Millwall have deserved that,
I think
given
so.
their dominance.
We've looked improved in the second half as it's gone along.
It's been one-way traffic, it really has, with the exception of one Rotherham United chance at the end of the first period. It's been all the Lions, so yeah, deservedly 2 goals to the good.
Millwall fourth for the moment, listeners, as we speak. 72 minutes. Well, won't that be something that finishes that way this afternoon? Wow. Still very tight. You can go down as far as 10th with Reading on 36 points, just 3 behind. But as matters stand, as we speak, 72 minutes into this game, we're sitting in 4th position. Sunderland just 1 point behind us. Cold starting to gnaw through the gloves. So I think they're getting some heated gloves for the cold, Aaron.
It's gentrification, I'm calling it.
You can they plug into your USB point, listeners. I think they're getting some. I find that the old hands get cold.
I quite enjoy being out in the cold. It makes you appreciate.
Oh, not being out in the cold, but you've got to have the gear to go with it. You know. Long ball forwards towards Ian Fleming, edge of the penalty area. That's inches wide. Bobbling shot, daisy cutter. 74 minutes, but it was about a yard wide right there.
He was leaning back and took that.
Yeah. Nice effort. 15 minutes from time. And what has been a good performance overall. You can query and quibble the chances that we're not taking, but that is a problem that has bedeviled us all season. And you can tell me about the poor quality of the opponents, but as the cliche has it, you can only beat that which is in front of you. Presumably we go out and win this. We shouldn't. We want shooting if we let this one go. Right-sided corner now. This is 77 minutes. This Honeyman takes it. It's into the mix. Vogelsammer took it away from Bradshaw there, rather, didn't he? Off his.
Vogie's desperate for a goal, isn't he?
Yeah, and I don't blame him. He's a very unlucky striker since he's arrived. I like Vogie.
He's joining a popular club.
The Millwall Union of Unlucky Strikers, MUUS.
Is there anyone you'd have from this side? The only one is the goalkeeper.
Goalkeeper's done all right. Yeah.
Barlaza, good player.
Yeah. Otherwise, no.
The midfield's pretty well stocked here.
Loose ball midfield gives Ian Fleming a chance to break with Vogelsammer. 80 minutes comes towards 81 minutes. He's got Vogie left side. This is Vogelsammer. Balls to Tom Bradshaw. 3-0. Vogelsammer's shot bounced off the goalkeeper. Bradley puts it away. Bradley, as his new nickname for you listeners. Bradley slams it home in front of goal. 3-0 Millwall. That's more like it. Nice break, nice finish. Is that a hat-trick? He'll claim he'll want that own goal. I don't think it's a hat-trick. I think it's 2. I'm making it 2. I'd love Bradshaw to get his hat-trick. I think there's a bit of a stretch with that second goal. Listeners, see what you think when you see the YouTube. The Rotherham flags are being retrieved. Well done to the travelling Rotherham. So that's got to be a grim prospect day, a grim day out for them. It's now raining down here. They would have had a long trip. Oh, blimey. Bart doing a bit of eccentric passing in his own goal there, but we do somehow retain possession. And now falls to a white shirt. Mill bring away. Mill do bring away. This is Tyler Bury, wearing gloves and short sleeves for the sartorially interested out there. Oh, beautiful little jink, beautiful little jink. This is Tyler Bury on the run on the left side. What can he do? He's put it across. It almost fell to the path of SA. That would have been a fairy tale about that. Lovely run from Tyler Bury, listeners. Answering some of his critics around me in Block 1 the other night with that little run. And making the case for short sleeves and gloves at the Den. Generally, it's online. It's seen as a matter of some, disdain. Yes, mate.
Back 4, back 5. I mean, we've seen Millwall today operate with this 4.
Yeah.
Are we finally settled on this back 4 now? I really enjoy it. I don't know about you.
Well, I mean, it's been a good performance today. We've struggled at times, recently at home especially, but then we've done some really good away performances with it. If it's working, you don't change it, Aaron, do you? You know, the league table don't lie, so...
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Absolutely. So, yeah, to answer your question, yeah, I mean, it's certainly changed the season. It's taken us now to a point where we're looking upwards, so, yeah.
January window upon us.
Crucial month. And we need a goal scorer, don't we? We need to be more dangerous in front of goal. This is a free kick for Rotherham as we're coming down towards the last minute. 89, 30 seconds of the game.
There will now be a minimum of 3 minutes time. 3 minutes time allowed.
In the end, pretty routine win here, Aaron, really. 3-0.
Played really well. I enjoyed it. Some really good spells, some good attacking football. Obviously, look, everyone knows what the problem is.
Yeah.
And this has been the problem for a while now. There's a lack of a clinical goal scorer.
Yeah.
There was a moment where Bradshaw had that opportunity where he should have hit it first time, and he tried to edge his way back out and get some more space. You need someone who's going to be clinical and just go bang, hit it.
Yeah. Not easy to find that kind of talent at this level with all the price range that we got, but that's what
everyone is looking.
Everyone's looking.
There's not much out there, but on the flip side, this is a performance to really. It's a nice performance to see in 2023.
I mean, walking along the Alderton Road earlier on, I was thinking to myself, we've got to dispatch this team by hook or by crook, and it's been a pretty good performance overall. I know you can.
They're banging trouble.
Oh, deeply. I mean, this is where life could be a lot worse, couldn't it? You look at these teams and their problems they're contending with. This is Rotherham just pressing forwards here. This is going to be into Danny.
Really like Callum Stiles today.
Played well.
Honeyman, excellent.
Yeah.
You know, doing a real good job off one of the flanks, really, really well.
And great. He's not been called upon, but great to see Bart back in goal. As it should be for me.
He's the housewives' favourite, isn't he?
Housewives' favourite.
Housewives choose Bart.
Big thank you to Aaron Paul for inviting me into the sanctum of the press box as his houseboy this afternoon. It's great. I do love it. I won't make no bones about it, listeners. I do love it, and nice afternoon out. There's the final whistle. Millwall 3, Rotherham 0. In the end, fairly routine. Rotherham will absolutely rue that screamer of a chance they had at the end of the first half. But overall, that was a very, very satisfying Mill performance. Big thank you, Aaron Paul. Nice to meet Harry. And he's working, I won't bother him. And big thank you to you too, dear listeners, for tuning into this edition. We may have a few voicemails after the break.
Achtung, Millwall.
Hello?
Leaving the Den, New Year's Day, 2023, and good way to start the year with a 3-0 win. In truth, I do think we made it slightly harder than we needed to, and I think that is a scoreline that could have been and should have been a lot more than just the 3. It's good that we've got the win with some goals. It's good we've also kept a clean sheet, but in truth there was a big let off in the first half, and it could have been 5 or 6 really if we had better finishing. Getting that sort of harshness out of the way. Again, apart from that one shot, Rotherham didn't really offer too much. I think we contained them really well. Whether that's a question on their quality they have as a squad and their potential compared to how good we are is another question. but you can only play what's in front of you, dear listener, and we contained it very well. I thought Callum Styles had a great game, really controlled the game well. I thought Mitchell played well alongside him, and Bradshaw to get 2 goals in a deflected effort. Would you give him the match ball? Probably not, because the second one was going into Rosehead, but it's 3 goals, couple of goals for Bradshaw, good confidence. Fleming had another good game. Vogelsama probably could have been a bit more clinical with some of his finishing, and seemed slightly off the pace for me. But again, he put in a good effort, a lot of 100% determination from him. And yeah, it was one of those games where I said at half time and just before the second goal, it felt a bit like an away game where you go away, score early and kind of sit on it and come away with a 3 points. So with the extra goals, it was good. I do think we do need to do more to have that bit more cutting edge, in the sense that we played a lovely couple of balls from one side of the pitch to the other, wing to wing, but we didn't really do a lot with it. It got a lot of applause when Murray Wallace was playing a crossfield ball to Danny McNamara and vice versa, but what were they doing when they got the ball? Not really a great deal. But let's finish this positive. New year, new start. 2023 is here. We're 4th in the table, decent goal difference as well. And to those people who don't like Gary Rowett and sort of question whether he's the right man for Millwall Football Club, 4th at Christmas, or just after Christmas, dear listener, says it all really, whether he should stay or not. Come on, you Lions.
Hi Nick, just ringing in from the car in Landerman Way by the recycling works after the 3-0 victory against Rotherham. Man of the match for me was Callum Styles. I thought he played very well indeed. George Honeyman put in a good shift. Zian Fleming and Vogie quite quiet, but still made contributions. And I'm so pleased Tom Bradshaw was rewarded. It looks like 2 goals. It looks like one of them's going to go down as an own goal. But all in all, pretty good performance against really what was quite a poor side, to be honest. I think Rotherham's best player was their goalkeeper, and we could have had quite a few more goals. In the first half, I was getting pretty agitated because we did look very shaky at the back sometimes, with Bart back in goal. I know he's a bit of a sacred cow at Millwall and people love him. I can see why. But, again, he doesn't inspire confidence in the back 4, who, apart from Danny Mack, had trouble playing the ball around anyway. So Rotherham pressed, and there were a few very scary, hairy moments at the back. But apart from that, we did the job against a pretty average sort of, championship, or dare I say it, League One team, really. No one in their side stood out. And sometimes it's quite difficult to play against these sort of teams because they don't take the shapes and they don't do the things that perhaps better quality sides you would expect from them. But all in all, a good performance. We're happy. We're driving home now with a 3-0 victory under our belts. And that's a good collection from the last 3 games. We dropped 2 points at home, so we've come away with 7, and I believe we're 4th in the table. So come on, you Lions.
Nick, Matt Richards here, just calling in. Driving back after the game. 1st January 2023. Happy New Year. 3 goals, clean sheet. What more can you ask for, eh? It's very good performance. Nothing can get carried away. Rotherham, were pretty poor early. Well, they were poor, not pretty poor. Barely created anything. The chances they had were kind of our own errors, really. And there's only ever going to be one winner, really. It was just a question of could we score the goals to kind of finish them off, because that was in doubt for quite a bit of the game, just because we couldn't put away our chances. But we'll take it 3-0. Great start to the game. Before going, I thought Callum Styles had a great game in midfield. It was a surprise to see, albeit we were tired in the last game, so we probably do need to mix it up. But it's a surprise to see Saville dropped. But then you can't argue with how it went, because Styles, I thought we played brilliant. And yeah, the first goal was obviously his cross, such a simple goal, good header by Bradshaw, 1-0 up, 3 minutes gone. It was like, oh my God, this is really straightforward. This hasn't been happening. And then after that, we just couldn't finish, could we? I mean, the biggest chance fell to Bradshaw again after a great hit by Styles first time, and then he crossed the ball in. It just came to him too fast, and he just couldn't direct it, could he? And that was 1-0 half time. We had a few more chances. Fleming had a header. He had a shot where maybe he should have taken it at a touch, but he hit it first time. It's the thing with Fleming. He's one of those players. He backs himself to hit things first time, whereas sometimes maybe taking a touch first might be better. And then the second half, more of the same really. I thought they started the second half a bit stronger. But yeah, we got luck with the goal. Obviously, massive deflection. But I think we deserved that luck really. Nothing was, even though we created lots of chances, it wasn't many of them, apart from that Bradshaw one in the first half that was really kind of clear cut. The ball just wasn't dropping for us, but we were putting them under pressure. And and then 2 turned into 3 with a good break by Fleming. Okay, Boglesham should have scored, but it's good save by the keeper. Keeper got a decent keeper, and Bradshaw was there to suck it away. So good performance. I don't think it papers over what we've said before, because you got a brilliant performance against Watford, disappointing one midweek, and then we have this one today. But 7 points from 3 games, you can't argue that up to 4th. It's going well. I think we still need more players, and I'm sure we will aim to get some in the transfer window. I think we're only like 2 or 3 players away from actually having a really good chance of saying, yeah, we're going to make the playoffs. I think we are that close to it because we're looking comfortable. We're not letting goals in. The midfield's looking stronger. Honeyman had a good game today. He was linking up well with Danny down the right. So Styles had a good game. Billy Mitchell, another really good game. The defence played well, apart from a couple of wayward passes by Jake. Bart didn't have much to do. His distribution was awful today. But we'll let him off that, as he didn't have much to do elsewhere really. Bradshaw worked his socks off, and really pleased for him to get the 2 goals. But we do need strengthening for on the bench and in the team. But anyway, we'll take that. FA Cup next week, so we can kind of not worry about the league. Then a couple of away games, whereas I do fancy us to get something from those if we carry on playing the way we are. So anyway, good results today. Happy New Year. Cheers, Nick. Come on, you lines.
Achtung, Millwall.